What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us again. Just another quick video. As the title states, I've been looking for a new daily driver for a little bit now, due to just me being tired of my P11. I pretty much took the car as far as I wanted to go as a daily driver, because there's a couple things that I look for a daily driver that P11 met the needs of, but it was pretty stale, I have to say. So I wanted something a little bit different, but I'll talk about that in a second. First of all, thanks to Matt Feigl for the awesome Eggman Jay Mashad shirts. Those came in. I appreciate it. You did a great job, buddy. The money from these shirts went to a great cause to help my boy Jay Mashad's family for his medical and funeral costs. So again, Matt Feigl, thanks for the shirts, man. I appreciate it, and I'm sure they do too. Also, by now you guys should have seen the one take on my vehicle. So I'll put the link to that up above. And then also thank you also for watching the automotive anatomy video. That was a video I didn't think would get that kind of a response. So it's kind of nice to have had a lot of nice words from a lot of people who aren't really Sentra owners or Sentra people. Just the respect even from a lot of the Honda guys was really cool. So I appreciate that. And so again, it's not a show car, it's a track car, and I'm glad a lot of you guys appreciate it for what it is. Back to what this video is about. Again, so my P11. So my P11, I'm currently just ripping it apart, selling everything off of it, and keeping everything that I may want in the future, or I might be able to use for a different application. But everything I don't need, I don't think I'll ever own a P11 again. And if I do, yeah, I probably won't. So I figure I needed to look for something else that would be a daily driver and something that I would be familiar with. I did have a couple cars in mind. I still have a couple cars that I really would like to own at some point, maybe next year. And so I think I'll do that next year. But for now, I figure I'd buy something that I know that I'm familiar with and I enjoy working on. And so it turned out to be this. You guys might be pretty familiar with the car. This is Caesar's old P10, and you know, he was really looking to get out of the game. Really, he was looking to move on to other things. So SR20s were no longer in his future. So who better than I to purchase the car? I felt like there wouldn't be too many people out there that would appreciate it for what it is, to be honest with you. So to me, it was really important just to, you know, give it a new life, give it a new chance. So besides, I was pretty tired of my P11. I figured something closer to the B13, but not fully a B13 a daily. And I think this is probably the next best thing as far as that goes. We did have a full EGT kit for the car at one point. We sold all that, and it's going to go to a new home. It actually is a new home waiting to be installed. But I want to keep this car simple. Simple is good. You know, the one thing I did have to do to the car though is replace the ugly USDM taillights with a pair of European taillights. We had bought these years ago with Caesar. They were the cleanest ones we could find at the time. And so I wired those all in. Nothing got cut. Everything, I depinned everything and repinned it correctly. So we have working stoplights, and then also I modified the inner trunk portion so they can work as stoplights as well. Power plant, as you guys know, it's the SR20 VE with a generic header and a 2.5-inch VRS exhaust. The exhaust is a little loud, so I'll be replacing that with a 3-inch with a Varex muffler, more than likely, like I had on my P11, so I can open and close the exhaust whenever I feel like. I also have that on my B13, and it sounds fantastic. But other things that I need to replace on the car that I know the car needs are a throwout bearing. The clutch is fine. The throwout bearing is making a lot of noise. Don't mind my hand gestures. Throw bearing is making quite a bit of noise, so I'll go ahead and take the transmission down and replace it with a new OEM unit. I'm not quite sure how far I'll go with mods though. I'm thinking maybe a set of N1 cams and ASP header, which is also on my P11. I might put that on. Actually, I have a Fujitsu VE header that I can put on as well. So I just have a couple options there. I'm not trying to make crazy power out of it. It's just a daily driver. As long as it keeps giving me 24 to 28 miles per gallon like my P11 did, then I'd be more than happy with that. I will be ordering a new hamburger emblem for the front grille. That's something I do want to replace, and it does need a set of door hinges for the driver's side door for sure, because it does have a little bit of door sag there. That front license plate does need to be moved, but at the moment it doesn't bother me enough to move it anywhere. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's the car. Suspension wise, it's already done to what I would already do. It's on Fortunatos, as you guys remember. It's my first video on this channel. I'll put it up in the description box up ahead. And it rides great. Suspension is great. Suspension is solid. Like Caesar only drove it maybe like 5,000 or 10,000 miles after we installed that suspension on it, and the Swift springs make a huge difference. I tell people all the time, if you can afford the upgrade, do it. Fortunato now makes their own standard springs as well that are fantastic. They are newly upgraded. But as far as suspension, there's nothing else that needs to be done. I may opt for a set of upgraded control arms, or I may just put Super Pro bushings in OEM control arms, and maybe the caster bushings as well. But other than that, the car rides pretty great. It handles pretty good. It's P10, it's P10 steering, so it's like, there's not much more you could do there. But it does annoy me that the trunk doesn't align perfectly. But that's just a rubber stopper under the trunk that needs to be in there that isn't. It's on the Volk TE16s, which I don't plan on getting rid of. But if I wanted to run the Brembo setup from my old P11, those wheels would not clear those Brembos. I would have to look for something like a CE28 in 16x7 with a spacer, or something 16x8, which I haven't seen on a P10 before. And I have a couple other wheels that I have in mind, but I don't know if I want to go that far deep into this P10, because once I chase the rabbit down that rabbit hole, I'm gonna be pretty far deep into it, and the car's gonna look completely different if I go that far. I want to keep it as simple as possible, because again, it is my daily driver. The less I do to it, the less I care if something happens to it. So it's not like it's my B13, right? So other than that, I don't see me doing much more to it. A tune, some mods, then I'll be a pretty happy camper, and maybe put it up for sale sometime next year if I find something else that I enjoy a little bit more that makes choo-choo noises. But also, another thing, the ATI damper. So the ATI damper from the motor that was in my P11 is gonna go on this. That's something that I feel like this car would benefit from, and any SR really out there, you guys would benefit from it. That's an awesome mod. Again, thank you guys. Thank you for the support. And again, Matt Feigo, thanks for the shirts. I'm glad I could help support a good cause, and thank you everybody who joined the raffles for the titanium plug pieces that I raffled off, which the proceeds also went to Jay Mashad. Again, thank you guys. Peace.